If you were anything like me, life happens fast. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to adjust to the speed of life. Hey everybody, it's Anthony Trucks. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also visit my website, anthonytrucks.com. And today I'm going to talk to you about the speed of life. Now, in my life, 2 weeks ago, I was in a certain position. Everything was great and fine. And 2 weeks later from that point, everything is uprooted, switched around. My life is literally completely different. And there's things that happen in my personal life that I share in other formats. If you want, you can go see my nightly 90s on my website. You'll kind of find out what happened and what's going on. But the reality is I found that life happens fast. Like, it happens ridiculously fast. It sometimes can be literally one thing you're doing right now, the very next moment it's completely switched and you forget you were doing something prior to it. And I find that a lot of people, they get stuck. Like, sometimes you may get stuck in situations and life hits you hard. It's fast hitting. And all of a sudden you want to bury yourself and just kind of sink down and hunker down into your hole and not move. Now, a metaphor I like to use for this is essentially, think of a lion going to hunt a gazelle, and essentially there's a choice for that gazelle when that lion gets close and it knows it's there. Now, this lion is life. You and I are the gazelle. Now, what happens is it kind of saunters over, takes a look at you, and all of a sudden it pounces. You have a choice. As a gazelle, you can sit there, give up, sit in a hole, and the lion will eat your body. Or you say, you know what, I'm going to get up, I'm going to run as fast as I can and go with the shifts and the turns and the cuts to get away from this lion that I call life trying to take me down. And the reality is there's some steps to get that to be a reality for your life. So if you're dealing with this right now, hopefully the following steps will get you into a position where you can outrun that lion of life. Now, the first step is to realize that just like that gazelle and that lion, if the gazelle doesn't get up and run, it's going to die. Now, do I mean you're literally going to die? No, but your life's going to take a turn that you don't want. You can sit there and let everything fall apart, which it feels good at the moment because you're not having to put effort in, but everything can fall apart. Life is a bunch of exponential decisions stacked on top of each other. So if you make one decision now that's bad, all it does is snowball down the hill into a bunch of different bad decisions. So first thing is to realize that your life depends upon you making a decision to get up and run. The next step is to realize this: you can run. A lot of people don't realize that you can get up and run. You may not think you have it in yourself. So there's so many times where you sit back and say, Ant, I don't think I can do this. Like, it's not in me. I've never done it before. I just don't think I can. The reality is you can run. All of us can run. I mean, when I say run, it's you can get up and use what you have around you, friends, family, material things you may have, whatever it may be. You can get up and run. You can outrun life in whatever it throws at you if you realize that you can run. The moment you tell yourself you can't do something, it's the moment your brain stops finding ways to make it happen. So realize you can run. All you have to do is decide you're gonna run, get up and go. The third step is to be agile. Now, if you think about the lion chasing the gazelle has to change directions quickly. There's gonna be things that shift and move. Now, you may have a plan. You may get up and say, I'm gonna go this direction, but things may happen. There may be a tree in the way of your path. Just like a gazelle, it's got to make a sharp left turn or right turn and go a different direction. It doesn't mean they're not outrunning the lion still, but it means they're able to switch on a dime really quickly as necessary to stay ahead of the pace, as opposed to running straight into that wall. So what I mean by that is, as you start planning to move forward, as you're running, so to speak, you're going to come into obstacles. When the obstacles come, all you have to do is be agile, change direction, and keep your sprint full bore ahead. The fourth step is to realize that you may stumble, you just can't fall. Now, you're going to be moving forward. There'll be times you've probably had this happen in your life before. You're moving forward, you're going to full speed as fast as you can, and all of a sudden just something happens. It's a pit, and you fall with it, you stumble a little bit, but you have an option. You can stumble and kind of roll around and fall on the ground, let the lion come get you, or you stumble, get up, and then accelerate back out full bore. This may happen in finances. Say, your finances are bad and you're running into some money problems, and all of a sudden this crazy bill comes in, you got to decide to pay it or not. That's a stumble. It's not a fall. If you decide to say, I'm not going to pay this, and you let it affect everything else, you fall, life gets you, it's crazy. Or you say, it's a pitfall. I'm going to find a way to make this remove itself from my life. I'm going to pay this bill, whatever it is. you can get to a point where you can get past it and keep on moving. So in life, remember, there's gonna be things you're moving forwards, with, and at times when life is at your back, nipping at your heels, it's okay to stumble, just don't fall. Now the last step is this. This is the most important one. When you're running a race and your life depends upon it, don't slow down. Now, when I say don't slow down, I mean, you gotta get up on mornings when you don't feel like it. You're gonna have this plan in place where you wanna do something. You've probably had this happen before. You say, hey, I had this idea, I went to bed motivated and energized, and I was gonna get myself up and start going. But then I woke up, I didn't feel like it today. Now, there's a lot of reasons why this may happen, but the reality is you must have a good enough reason to get up out of bed to keep yourself moving forwards. No matter what's going on, you can't slow down. You can't take that day slow. If you're running away from something going on in your life, and I don't say running away negatively, but running away to keep the pace up so life doesn't keep bogging you down and eating you alive, you gotta realize that you gotta keep your steady, consistent, positive energy, your happy mindset, your perspective must be in a positive, moving forwards kind of aspect. Because if it's not, if you slow down, next thing you know, one thing takes you, the next thing takes you, and you're just pulled completely back in the direction you didn't want to go in the first place. The lion stops you and eats you. So realize you can't slow down. You have to keep that emotional energy moving the entire time forwards. Once you've outrun that lion and he decides to give up, you're running clear, you're running free, and life can be what you want it to be. At that point, maybe you slow down. So I want you guys to go back and look at those 5 steps. The reality is you can apply them to your life at any point in time. They're most beneficial when life is nipping at your heels and it's trying to pull you down. We all deal with these situations. I deal with them. Life happens fast and it tries quickly to pull you down. But the reality is, if you just outrun it, you'll be fine, clear, and free. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any videos I put out. Also go to my website where you can subscribe and get free emails from me. You get a free chapter of my book, also some free videos that teach you how to trust your hustle. But I only share via email my personal thoughts every Friday, so make sure to go there or you'll miss them. Remember, you can always trust your hustle to live an unexpected life.